Alrighty, we're back. It's 2021. Congratulations, you made it through a year. And I'm not just saying that, like, that's a big accomplishment. I think we've all learned a lot about ourselves this year, and I hope that you have too. So I asked you, what was one good thing that happened over break? I loved seeing the Christmas lights downtown. That was good for me. What we're doing this week. So our agenda is I'm going to go over announcements, and then we'll get into our lesson. So here's part of our announcements. Looking ahead, we've got 3 assignments this week. I don't try to assign more than 3 because technically you only have 3 days of this class. So we've got a checkpoint quiz. Easy peasy. Remind 101. So I put in the chat here a link. If you click on that link, I will send you a message. So first period got a message 15 minutes before class that said, hey, remember, class is at blah, blah, blah. So what I would do with you is I would do the exact same thing, is that you're going to get a message at 9:30 saying, hey, class is at 9:45. See you then. And I'm not going to try to blow your phone up, but I will send you a reminder. Because sometimes, like, it's still dark outside. Like, there's a little bit of light out there, but it's not that much. And it's really easy to fall back asleep, especially if your quiet place is in your bedroom. So I'm not trying to blow your phone up, just trying to help you get to class. Attendance. So some reminders as we're getting back into the new year, as we're going to talk about some routines. There's 2 live sessions a week. The instruction portion is 30, maybe 45 minutes. If it's longer, that just means it's work time, so that if people want to stick around longer, I will stick around. But we're done like at an hour, unless somebody specifically says, hey, Mrs. Leggett, I would really like your help. I'm not holding you forever and ever. Honestly, my lesson, the instruction portion, is about half an hour, 45 minutes. About. So we've got announcements. I gave you your remind. I talked a little bit about attendance. I also have a slideshow, a couple slides that looks ahead. So this is what we're doing this week. This is what we're doing next week, and the following week. So Unit 6 is going to take us through, it's going to take us through January. Hi, people who just joined us. Thanks. So just so you know, if you're that type of person who just likes to see where we're going, that's there for you. Other things that I have in here, this is previous work, and so I will add to this list the more that we do. So that's in the slideshow, so you don't have to necessarily completely go looking for it. The last thing that I want to talk about in as far as announcements is this nifty calendar I'm going to give you. I am trying to see if I can get this, like if the school can send this out. I made this calendar, and what I would love for you to do is I would love for you to use it to help keep yourself organized. I might make some things a little bit prettier so that we can look at and see what the classes are. But basically what this does is it breaks it down into the classes that you have each day and the time periods. So you have your period, what class, and then you have room for 2 tasks. If a teacher's giving you more than 2 assignments a day and it's not meant to be spread out over the week, that's a lot, and you should speak up and say, hey, that's a lot of work, because that's a lot of work. So I have a suggested schedule to help you on your Wednesday, because you need to check in with all of your classes on Wednesdays. And then at the end here, this last column is weekly tasks. So let's pretend that every class gives you 2 assignments for the week. You can organize them in order of importance by when they're due. And we'll talk a little bit more about how do you prioritize tasks. So these are the 3 for our class, but I'm going to be honest, we're not doing this one until Friday. So maybe that one gets bumped down to here. And that's totally fine. So this is editable for you. If you click on that link that I have in the chat, or if you click on one of the links that I have in the announcements, it's going to say, hey, do you want to make a copy of this? So press yes, make a copy, and now you can edit it for your class. You can also see on the bottom that I've got February and March. We go until March 13th. That's our trimester. And I've got the advisory schedules too. So advisory is slightly different because they have time built into a regular advisory day so that you can drop in with a teacher that you might need more specific help with. But I would recommend that you just drop in with your advisory teacher at like 12:15 and say, hey, I need to go get help with my Spanish homework. And then you go to see your Spanish teacher, and then you're like, oh, I need math help. So at 10:05, you would go drop in with your math teacher. So this might be a little confusing at first, but once we get the hang of it, it's a built-in support time for you. But just check in with your advisory teacher so that they can take attendance. So this is a tool for you to help you stay organized. It's got your periods, room for assignments, all that jazz. Okay, so use it. Please. I mean, you don't have to, but it helps a lot because there's a lot of things floating around your brain and we all need help.